Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Templeton, Director of Communications for the Office of the Provost, and I am joined today by Dr. Alison Chapman, Professor and Chair of the UAB College of Arts and Sciences, Department of English, and Dr. Suzanne Judd, Professor in the UAB School of Public Health, Department of Biostatistics. They have been co-chairing, putting together a new signature core curriculum, and it's really exciting for UAB, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about that. Dr. Chapman, can you tell me just a few of the unique qualities of this new curriculum?
I think the most signature feature of this curriculum is that we throughout have emphasized the idea of helping students to become more engaged citizens and more connected to a specific sense of place, of a community. For students at UAB, that would be Birmingham, that'd be the state of Alabama, the region, the South. We're excited about this because learning always happens in a specific communal framework, or big ideas always have a particular local manifestation where they can be studied or examined. This seems particularly important to us because our students are going to graduate from UAB and go to work in specific communities as family members, as employees, as citizens. So we want them thinking about how they can do different kinds of good in the world and how they can put their education to work, changing and improving the communities around them. The other significant feature might be that throughout this curriculum, we're trying to encourage more active forms of learning, and that's really related to that focus on increasing a sense of citizenship. So I would say those are the two takeaways that I think Suzanne and I are most excited about.
I think it's so timely. So it's great that this has all come together at this time. We hear Dr. Watts talk about the Forging the Future strategic plan a lot. How does this fit within that plan?
This is the piece of the curriculum that really focuses most on the first 2 years of the student's experience. The core curriculum are all the courses that every student must take as an undergraduate, regardless of their major. So together they form the foundation for the student's subsequent learning as an undergraduate. And if they went on at UAB, they're actually forming the foundation for their subsequent graduate studies. So in that sense, the core curriculum nestles very nicely in with all the other elements of the strategic plan, just because it's looking at those foundational competencies.
Excellent. So Dr. Judd, the Birmingham community really plays a part as a classroom in this curriculum. How do you think that's helpful for our students?
We spent a lot of time talking to community members, to business leaders, to parents, to graduates of the program of UAB, and asked them what they need to be successful and what our students today need to be successful. And the ability to think outside of the classroom and apply the concepts, the knowledge they're gaining into a real world setting resonated with everyone we talked to. The students loved the idea of getting practical hands-on experience with whatever they were studying, whether it be economics or English or public health, to think about that in the context of the place they live. Now, it's not necessarily Birmingham specific. For the students that are on ground at UAB, that it may be related to Birmingham or Jefferson County, but really the goal is to apply the learning to the place where the student is living. So for online students, they might apply it in the communities where they're living, or some professors may choose to take a broader definition of place, including the whole southeastern region, for example.
Again, I mean, I think that's really timely, and learning how to be proactive citizens and civic engagement can really change a community you live in. So that is excellent. How is the Office of the Provost involved in supporting this development of the signature core curriculum?
The Office of the Provost has been supportive the whole way through the process. We've been meeting with the Provost monthly to discuss what was happening in committee meeting, how we were planning on moving forward, to get tips from her in terms of how do we move forward from a system standpoint with developing a new core. She's taken a very hands-off approach and allowed the faculty to guide the curriculum and develop the plan. And she more helped us to navigate the system. To think about all of the constituents that we might want to reach out to, and to help us with planning the activities we were doing. So the Office of the Provost has been wonderful in helping to coordinate the activities and think through the process, but has been very hands-off in terms of the actual curriculum itself.
Great. And this is for both of you because you all had to talk to a lot of people on campus and in the community, pulling together feedback. How did you factor in that feedback from individuals and groups?
I'll say that that was actually the most fun part of this process, is that Suzanne and I got to go talk to people in every single corner of the university and understand how they understand their jobs, how they want to interact and care for and educate their students, how they imagine the foundations of an undergraduate education fitting in with all the different learning outcomes students should have by the time they graduate. So I'll just say it was just really fun and rewarding. In general, our approach was always to go early and just early in the process as we could and sit down with people and say, what do you want for your students? And try to take really careful notes and then bring all those careful notes back to the large and wonderful committee that we had, and then try to metabolize all that and turn those notes, those dreams, those frustrations into a kind of curricular reality.
Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. We tried to do it in the most data-driven way possible so that we could document all of the feedback we were getting. We kept notes from every meeting that we had, and Dr. Chapman and I would flip back and forth in terms of one person would be the note taker and one would be the facilitator, and then vice versa. And then we also did a quantitative survey so that we would have some data as well that we could present to the committee. And after we'd finished with the first set of listening sessions, we basically gave the committee a very large packet of feedback from departments across campus, parent groups, student groups, so that they could have that feedback, the diverse feedback, in developing the new curriculum.
That's excellent. Thank you all so much for talking more about this. There are a lot of reasons to feel proud to work at UAB, and this is definitely one of them. I think it's going to really set UAB apart from other universities in our region. So thank you both for all you've done.
Thank you.
It was our pleasure.